Who are you when nobody needs you? Hey guys, welcome back to Random Talk with Angel. I want you to relax into this one. Don't be in a hurry to answer the question I asked at the beginning of the episode. Because today's conversation is not loud, it's not dramatic, it's quiet, and it might sit with you for a long time. It sat with me for a long time, and I want to ask again, who are you when nobody needs you? I had a moment recently, one of those rare days when there was no work pressure, no urgent calls, nobody asking me for anything. And I told myself, okay, today, just rest. Simple. But somehow, it wasn't. I lay down, picked up my phone, dropped it. Opened Instagram, closed it. Tried to watch something, lost interest. And then I sat up and thought to myself, why is it so hard for me to just be? Why can't I just be? Why must I be busy doing something or busy doing nothing actually? So let's talk about you. Because if this episode found you, chances are you are that person. At work, you're the one people go to. Please, can you help me check this? Can you quickly look at this before submission? Please, I'm having a hard time. Can I speak with you? Even when it's not your responsibility, somehow it becomes yours. And you don't even complain much because you like things being done properly. You like showing up. I remember a period where I was juggling so much. Work was intense, there were personal commitments, and then someone reached out needing help with something urgent. And without thinking, I just said, oh, don't worry, I'll handle it. Meanwhile, I was already stretched. But it didn't even occur to me to say, actually, I can't right now. Because in my mind, I'm the one who handles things, right? It even shows up in friendships. You're the one people call to vent. You listen, you advise, you calm them down. Sometimes you are even emotionally invested in their situation more than they are. But have you noticed something? People can talk to you for 1 hour about their life. And at the end of the call, they don't ask, how are you doing? And you don't even take it personally because you're used to being just a listener. Even though sometimes you really wish that they would pause to ask you how you're doing. But then, you're used to being the listener. In family settings, you might be the responsible one, the one that thinks ahead, the one that helps fix things, the one that people trust with decisions, sometimes even financially. And again, it feels normal because that's the role you have grown into. But here is when it gets deep. You get so used to showing up for others that you stop checking in with yourself. And let me give you a very real scenario. You're tired, like deeply tired. But your body has become so used to functioning that you ignore it. You'll say things like, oh, I'll rest later. Let me just finish this one thing. It's not that serious. And later never really comes. There was a day I got back home very late from work. I was exhausted. All I wanted was to just sleep. I did not even care for food. Then my phone rang. And I saw the name and I already knew this would be a very, very, very long conversation. And in that moment, I had two options. 1, ignore the call. 2, pick it up and show up. And without even thinking, I picked it up, sat down, and gave energy I didn't have. After the call, I just sat there thinking, who sent me message? More like, why didn't I choose myself in that moment? Now, let's talk about the part we don't say out loud when life slows down, when there is nothing urgent, when nobody needs you. Why does it feel uncomfortable? For example, it's Saturday, no plans. You tell yourself, today I will rest. But instead, you start rearranging things. You tell yourself, this couch, maybe if I bring it this side, it would look more presentable. You start planning your entire life. That, okay, for the next 3 months, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to achieve, right? You start overthinking. This person has not called me in 3 months. Could it be because this has happened? Or could it be because of the last conversation? And why? Simply because sitting still feels unfamiliar. To think that there was a time I struggled with that greatly. Like, I just thought that me resting was me just being lazy. Like, I always needed to have something to do. But over time, I've become more comfortable in resting when I need to rest, right? In just being when I need to just be. Even spiritually, sometimes we're more comfortable doing things for God than actually sitting with God, serving, helping, being involved, doing things for. But when it's time to just be quiet and reflect, it feels harder. Our minds wander. We ask ourselves, why am I sitting quiet? I need to be busy forming activity, I had to ask myself a very honest question one day. And if I remember, it was something around, do I only feel valuable when I'm doing something for someone? Because if the answer is yes, then what happens when I'm not? Now, let me go a little deeper, and not in a harsh way, just honestly. Sometimes we stay busy because being still brings up questions we're not ready to answer. Like, am I actually happy? Is this the life I want? Is this where I should be in life? Am I fulfilled or just functioning? And those questions are uncomfortable. So what do? We stay in motion, ahead. We keep moving. You can go an entire week, from work to calls to responsibilities to sleep, and then you feel productive. But the moment you slow down, there is a slight emptiness. Not because your life is bad, but because you haven't created space to actually connect with yourself. Sometime during the COVID period, I developed a keen interest in trying out new recipes. There are a couple of pages I loved watching their reels and videos because I was like, oh, okay, if I substitute this for this and then I add this, I add that and all this other stuff, trying out new recipes. And then I tell some of my colleagues that most times when I find myself in the kitchen trying out new recipes, it just helps me connect with myself. And some of them be like, no, instead of you to just rest. I said, well, to me, that's my own way of resting because I'm just being by myself. I'm not gisting with anybody, no phone calls, no devices, just me mixing and matching stuff in the kitchen like the chemist that I am. Well, that was on a lighter note. And it just made me realize that sometimes people fail to create space to actually connect with themselves through either resting or doing some things that they can actually resonate with, some things that have to do with just them. Now, let's bring this into relationships as well. Sometimes you're with someone going through a lot. Naturally, you step up. You become the calm one, the understanding one, the patient one. And again, that's beautiful. But here's the question. Where are you in that dynamic? Because you can love someone deeply and still slowly lose yourself. You're always asking, are you okay? Have you eaten? How are you feeling? It's not like they even ask you in return, but okay. But when last did you pause and ask yourself those same questions? Coming back to yourself is not dramatic. It's more things like letting a call ring and calling back later. Saying, I can't do this right now without guilt. Sitting in silence without rushing to feel it. I started trying something small. When I feel the urge to immediately respond or show up, I pause, even if it's just for a minute, and I ask, am I choosing this or am I used to this? And that question alone started changing things for me. So I'll leave you with this. The next time life gets quiet and nobody needs you, don't run. Don't feel it immediately. Stay there. Because in that space, you might finally meet yourself. You don't have to be needed to be valuable. You already are. This is Random Talk with NG. My name is Ngozi Obiefuna.